when you're alone,
Yeah.
it can trickle down the whole rest of the pyramid.
Yeah.
It's really, it's in the middle and it's sort of the pillar of that whole pyramid, and it'll affect that if you don't have any sort of connection with another human being. That's why people also get pets, to just have a connection with something.
Right.
Far beyond yourself.
Yeah. It is. And this pandemic has shown us that. You know, I saw, where was I at? I was at some of it. It wasn't here because I was pretty excited when I came here the first time because I was around real people. But I was at somewhere recently and I hadn't seen people. It was amazing. I hadn't seen some of these people in a year. And it just meant so much to be able to shake their hand, everybody pulling out their card, I got my shots, you know, and everything. And we were just so happy to see one another. And but people join because they feel like they got to be a part of something. They join these fraternities. I'm in a fraternity. They join these sororities. They join these clubs. Sometimes people overjoin things because they want to be feeling like they want to belong. What about self-esteem? That's a motive. I mean, in a sense, that's the success part aspect. Why is self-esteem important?
Everyone wants to be proud of who they are, but also know that someone else thinks highly of them. It's one thing, you want that self-validation, but you also, it's part of the social aspect. You want that validation from someone else to know that you're building that legacy.
Okay.
That you have that influence over someone.
I think it gives you the confidence to go after what you want, to get up every day to go, after that position or that job that you want, or just to get out there into the world. If you don't have your own self-esteem, what's motivating you underneath of it?
So let me ask. Go ahead. So
I was just gonna say, or even just the grind, right? Even if it's like, I know I wanna be here, but today I just gotta grind.
Yep.
Being able to say, yo, I can do this.
Yep.
Just go grind.
Okay.
Now,
Now this is a deep question. Does everybody here love themselves?
No.
Do you love yourself?
No.
No.
Chris! I'm very self-aware, I know exactly who I am.
He needs a hug, man.
I know I'm not.
Danielle, hug Rebecca.
No, this is serious. This is serious. This is
I'm
serious.
not a loving person, but
No,
I love myself.
Man, I would spend all kind of time with you, man. I don't want to hear that, you know? This is your teammate here. And this could lead to some things. And we love you, man. And look, I'm just making myself part of 2020. See, I threw that we in there. We love you! And they're a little nervous, so we did it. Really care.
Yeah,
You're
Rebecca,
special.
we really care.
I'm sorry, here I go, man. We're going totally off my script and going into, because somebody.
I think that it's
You
important.
work at the credit union? We care for you, man. I mean that, bro. Not trying to put you on the spot.
But this is good though, because I would have never thought this of Chris, and we had conversations. He's been at every event. He was at the gardening thing. He's very social, so I would have ever thought, that this was, yeah.
I told you I should have been here 4 weeks ago.
So, and Chris said that he has extreme anxiety, and just consider
I
John.
do.
A lot of the, and I don't know, we know we have a military background. It does a lot to somebody. So for me, you were shot, Marie, I for 2 years, I'm loathe. Never go to an extreme, or maybe want to, but try to, muddle through it, right? But you put up front. You put up front because you're strong. People want to see you a certain way. You're happy, you smile, whatever, but you don't. Same thing. It's a social anxiety. It's more than a social. It's that high functioning anxiety. You see that I'm got it together. You see that everything's lined up. I got my family tells me I have OCD all the time, but it's not OCD. I'm covering for the fact that I need to be perfect. I fear. What is my biggest fear? Failure. I don't want to fail at it.
Right.
I fear not having people around me. I don't want people around me, but I fear not having anybody around me. I keep a tight social circle because I don't trust. Because trust is huge and scary, and I don't want to open up, and what if you judge me, and what if you do? So, same aspect. You want to be an extrovert. Now, the difference between Chris and I is, Chris said he's an introvert, and if I look at it, I try to be an extrovert, so I cover what's inside. So it's very different. Everybody views things different, but we all, whether you admit it or not, have some form of, I don't like myself for whatever reason, which is that self-esteem aspect that you then say, why don't I? Why? and then what am I gaining? Who do I need to be around that's just like me that helps build me? Or that's not like me at all that I can learn from? Again, this class, you know, does that. Just to your point, Chris, everyone in here has that little bit that they can say, seriously, I was shocked, I have no idea. You hide it well. So the same way, you just say, what the hell? Why do I have to be worried about? I really don't. If I like myself, I don't care what anybody else thinks. And if I act an ass, it's okay. Because you're either gonna love me or hate me, and that's okay because people that love me are the ones that want near me. And the other ones that judge me, I can brush them off. You know. So it's just, those are the strong bonds that I think people become
How about a
stronger.
hand for that? That was a good dialogue.
Years of holding back, but that's what makes it shocking when people say, what, are you serious? Because you just learned to mask it. It doesn't make it okay, you just mask it until somebody says, hey, it's okay for you to brush it off. You're cool, Chris, you're cool in my book.
Yeah. And I want to support Chris, even though he just said what he said. Chris, I'm a genuine friend of Chris. Like, I love Chris. The strides he's made from being alone in this class, you guys have no idea. Like, we would go to marketing events, and Chris, like, he has legit anxiety. Like, he will hide in the back. The fact that he's in front of a crowd and participating in everything, huge stride. So the fact, like, I'm always picking him up and, you know, letting his boss know, like, how proud I am of him, because Chris has come a long way, and I appreciate you guys allowing this to be a safe space for him to be himself and like emotional and open up and talk and all that other stuff. That's my guy, man. Chris is an awesome person. He really is.
I'll be crying before I leave here.
So,
I cry like at the
so
trial.
you're loved, Chris.
Wow, that's powerful. And I think to really emphasize something here is that this is a safe space, and this is something that you reveal that we keep amongst us, you know. So, but yeah, brother, I'm with you, man. I see it in your eyes, man. I went through something similar to that. Now I got another issue. I love myself too much. Chris, you don't want this! It's just as debilitating. You wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and be like, hello there. You don't want that, man. Sure handsome, yes, sir. Yeah, you change the voice. My wife is like, you got issues. But we're a team, right? We're a team. We back up our teammates. We got you back. And that was a great point that you made, that you know we support each other. We don't know what's going on in people's lives. We don't know. That's why I said this earlier, that I could say something that could trigger something and have no idea that somebody's dealing with something I don't know about. So we have to be careful about that. The last one is self-actualization. I gotta watch my time, Dina.
You're all right.
These people make me talk too much.
You you started late, so you're okay.
Okay. What about self-actualization? Stuart, what's that? You ever, anybody ever self-actualize? Do you know what self-actualization is?
Come into your own.
It's a journey.
No, it's accepting who you are.
So,
I mean, it's part of it.
I mean,
It's part of it.
identifying what your strengths are, your weaknesses are.
Okay, let me put it a different way. Let me put it a different way. Who has goals? You got goals, right?